Especially women are familiar, already have heard of the woman of Proverbs 31, the virtuous woman. But I speak to you men too, because what we are going to learn today with the virtuous woman, it's for women and for men, it's for everybody. Because there's a little secret about this woman from Proverbs 31 that we can all learn and improve our lives in the sense of preventing problems. Pay attention. Prevention is better than cure. Everybody knows that. But most of the time, the problems come because of our negligence and our carelessness, lack of attention. And it's what the text on verse 27 says. Speaking about the virtuous woman, it gives this little detail that if you don't pay attention, it just comes unnoticed. It says that she watches over the ways of her household. She watches over the ways of her household. Pay close attention to this. This term, the ways of her house, in the original Hebrew text, refers to the kind of attention a traveler should give to the vehicle that they will use in their journey. At those times, especially, were the caravans, horses attached to the carts. And naturally, they had to be attentive to the state of the caravan, because once was broken, they would stay with their family. People that were traveling with them stuck. In those times, there were no support, rescue teams to rescue anybody. So the traveler had to be careful to how the vehicle that they were using to travel was. They had to be well maintained, in other words, because the trips were long. Sometimes it took weeks, even months, and any problem on the travel could mean the end of their lives. Well, this term is used to describe the attention that the virtuous woman would have over her household. She watched over the ways of her household. In other words, how are things going here? Today, for example, the owner of a vehicle has the panel that a red light flicks, they have the manual, they have the car dealer shop that sends them a message, it's time for service in the car. Things are easy, but still we have to pay attention to the condition of the car. And the same is with your body, with your health. The same is with how your company is going. You who are the boss, a business person, you who are a collaborator in a company, you have to stop and think, how is my work progressing? Because if you stop in time, if you leave things behind, neglect things because you believe things will go well anyway, if you think that by leaving on the side something, thinking that things will always go away, there is where the mistake of negligence, lack of attention occurs. And when you are lacking attention, you're not paying attention to something, that starts to deteriorate. I have been seeing this very often in marriages, for example. We deal a lot with couples, with people in regards to their love life. And I hear a lot from couples, when they come for help, the following expression: look, everything was fine and suddenly... Always they think that was suddenly. Everything was fine and suddenly, but it's never suddenly. It is not. Suddenly, a bomb exploded. but the bomb was being manufactured slowly, little by little, to come to the point of exploding. So it's never suddenly, oh, suddenly I found out that he was betraying me. Suddenly she told me that she didn't love me. Suddenly we were not living or sleeping together. No, it's not suddenly. Things happen little by little, step by step. And why they happen? Why are they daily deteriorating? Because of the inattention. Oh, when I realized I chose to focus on the college course, on my work, and when I realized I was 40 years old and single, which means you were not attentive to certain aspect of your life, whether love life, financial life, is like you are swiping the card. You kept on swiping the card, you're swiping the card in your spiritual life. Many people have been swiping the card in their spiritual life. I'm not going to church today because I'm too busy, I'm going after this and that, but I'll pray at home. God knows. I will watch through the internet. So they swipe the card, because instead of they paying the price of zeal, attention towards your spiritual life, you cast that care for later on. No, this I'll take care later on. And many people have been swiping the card like this in their spiritual life. No, today I couldn't read the Bible, tomorrow I read. They swipe in the card. Today I couldn't pray, tomorrow I pray. They swipe the card. And like this, people are being negligent with their lives. And when they least expect, the bomb explodes, and then they say, suddenly everything was fine, and suddenly, no, it's never suddenly. What happened is, you were careless, lacking attention, and that's why this and that happened to you. So the virtuous woman gives us the secret. She watches over the ways of her house and does not eat the bread of idleness. So the rest of the verse shows that watching over the ways of the house demands work. If you leave something for later or on the side, because if you're going to touch that, it's going to be requiring some work. Sometimes the man does not sit with the woman because they know that will take work. Not only the work of speaking, but what the talk will generate, will bring to light. Then he thinks, I don't have time for this, I don't want it. So certain days they swipe the card in the marriage. Then because of this idleness on dealing with the problem, they set up a bomb for the marriage in the future. So you need to have this diligence on paying attention on how your life is going. How especially. Let's go to priorities. Let's get to the priorities. For you to get to know how your life, your spiritual life, your soul, your salvation is. Because you're not a body in a soul. You are a soul that temporarily inhabits that body. But after this body dies, the soul goes on. So how is your soul doing? Where your soul is going? First thing. Second thing, after the spiritual side is the love life, is your relationship. If you're married, so your marriage. If you're single, for you to prepare yourself to choose the person who you're going to get married with. Because you're going to spend the rest of your life with that person. And just a few things in life impact so much your life as your love life. Like finances, health, your emotional life, everything. So the first thing, the spiritual, the second, your love life, and then the other things come. Health, physical, finances, and other things that goes on and on. how things are going, how things are going in your life. Pay attention to this. Don't leave things on the side. Don't leave things on its own, thinking that they are self-administrative. They take care of themselves. No, you need to pay attention to the things, especially to the things that if you don't take care, they have the tendency to set up bombs for you that will explode just under your nose. So here is the secret of the virtuous woman, who lends this wisdom to women, to men, to all who have sense.
Did you like this? Would you like to hear it again? Listen to it as many times as you need until this content becomes part of you. Don't forget to leave your like, comment, and share. See you next time.